Okay, everybody. Welcome back. Been on a little bit of a shopping spree this morning and just got everything hooked up. We got 2 loads to run back to the house. Here is our subsoiler. I've got it mounted on the front of the Valtra and a new square baler. I kept saying I wanted a square baler. I finally got one. And then we traded our old rake in for a new double rake. Give us a little bit more of a working width. And here is our sprayer. And yes, that is so close. I have everything up high as it can go. And yes, this is our Dutzfar. It's a nice little tractor. We're going to work on it a little bit later. But at the moment, we need to get home with what we've got. And after we get home with the items that we do have, we have got to get subsoiling as soon as possible because I'd like to get at least this field up here that we just did with the potatoes subsoiled. That way it's in good shape and ready to go. But yep, a few little changes that we did, nothing major. We did have to sell the International in order to afford everything, and then I found out later I could have got some of this used, but a lot of it is all new. The only thing that's used out of all of this is the subsoiler. It's the only thing that did have to be purchased used. But that's not too big of a deal. Oh, but this is rather heavy because we do have quite a few items on here. And I know that baler cannot be light. It's a good thing we have the extra horsepower now to handle it. But we'll get all this home, figure out a home for it all, where it needs to go. I imagine I know where we can put the baler right away. We're going to leave the subsoiler out because we're going to use it rather quickly, actually. Okay, swing into the yard here. And let's see. We will go ahead and I guess we'll just set the subsoiler right here. There we go. So now all we have is the baler to put away. Get it put away and everything should be squared and ready to go. Now we may not be able to, I don't know, but we may not be able to fit the windrower in here. We might be able to. I haven't figured that part out yet. There we go. That should do it. It's under cover pretty well. I get her disconnected here. Let's go hook the subsoiler back up and then we will get a lift back to the shop to go get our stuff, the other items that we purchased, and then we'll get to subsoil in here as soon as we can. Because not only do we have this field to do, the one we just finished with, there we go. Not only do we have that field to do, but we also, see, I think right along here should be good. We also have that the field that we did all the work in, clear on the other side over there, that long skinny field. This field is good to go. But we also, that's something else we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get a little trailer to haul lime. We have no lime. We're going to have to get a little trailer to haul lime and things like that. But I'm going to wait here for my ride, and I'll see you here in just a few moments. Okay, got dropped back off here. And we have to get in here This is going to be an interesting run. But we'll get in here and get this back over to the shop. And I didn't even think about it. I've got a trailer. Our bale trailer could be used. I definitely want to get some stuff fixed on it, though. Because I know it needs a lot of help. It definitely needs a lot of help. Okay, nobody coming. It needs a lot of help. Our poor bale trailer is, well, rather rough shape. But maybe we could bring it over and have them do some work to it. Maybe they can put some new decking on it or something to fix it up. Oh my. This is quite the pole here. She's got it though. The old Doots has got it. I wasn't planning on buying this. It was just, I mean, absolutely the right price. And you wouldn't believe me when if I told you how much. It was only $2,000. I did have to buy the front loader and the bale grab, but even those weren't that much. So overall, our total cost on this was next to nothing. I'm not going to complain. Definitely not going to complain on it. I thought it was a good deal. It was actually almost a better deal than some of our other stuff that we've had. Okay, now let's see if we can't get rid of this first. See if we can't back this in over here next to our tedder. And again, I think our tedder is just fine. I don't think that's going to be an issue for a while. I think it's mainly just we needed something that put the rows together a little bit better than what we had. I don't even know if I can get this in there. Can I? Yeah, I think I can. Oh, nope, it's too tall. Huh. Well, that's okay. It can go sit over here with the rest of the stuff that don't fit. Didn't even pay attention to that. That's okay. All of our, well, those darn steering wheels, I wish they would, wish they wouldn't be such a pain in the backside. But we'll just set it back here. There we go. Now we just got to get all this extra weight off the front. And that shouldn't be too bad of a deal. It's just where are we going to put this? I suppose in the shed would be a good place for this. At least it'll be protected from the elements. Let's see here. Open that up. Oh, yep, that ain't gonna work. Let's disconnect it from the front. Put this down. There we go. That'll be a lot better. We'll get it hooked up to the back of the Dootsfar here. Then we can put it inside. As long as it ain't too tall to go in here. Oh, a little bit. Well, let's lower it down. That should work. Whoops. This is a little bit harder than I thought it would be. Okay, let's have a look here. It's right back here in the corner, ought to be good. Just like that. That'll work. In fact, we can just leave this tractor right here. Whoa. Man, that works good. Okay. Now we can get back to doing what we need to do. Let's hop back in the Voltra. And let's get over there and get this field done. I think this should provide a very nice surface to work with here. And it's not very wide, but the best part about this is we're doing 2 jobs in one. When something needs to be plowed up, you know, it's starting to get a little too, well, I don't know what you'd say, a little rough, then we'll have this to work with. Okay. It'll till it up and then turn it into a cultivated. We can plant right away. And that's really what we're looking for, is just that in itself. Still haven't come and filled that bump. Need to. And I've thought about tearing up this grass field over here too. And since we're going to make that other one grass, we might work on it as well. Get it ready for a crop anyway. Okay. I guess we'll just dive right in here into the corner. See what kind of result we get. Well, that seems to be working extremely well. At least I would believe so. Yeah, look at that. Now we'll just have to be careful down here in the corner. I really don't want to go off that edge. That looks like a muddy mess, and there's no way I'd be able to get out of that. Oop, neighbor's going to have to forgive me. I got into his crop a little bit. Into his grass, but if it was ours, I'd feel a little bit better about it, but it's not. It's definitely a neighbor's. There we go. We'll just not do that with this neighbor. Okay. Drop her down, and away we go. Yeah, that's looking real good right there. I think this is going to do us a good job and a good deal. It's breaking all those clods up and leaving some nice stubble. Okay. Just got to get up here, get her dropped down. Away we go. Almost makes me wonder how much they want for that field in between. I could have all of this field as one big field for a crop, but we can't afford that just yet. So I guess we'll just have to wait. Just have to wait, I guess. Oh, yep, it did catch. Good deal. I was afraid it wouldn't catch. Anyway, I'm going to get this tilled up, and I'll see you here in just a little bit. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That could have been bad. That's twice we've done that now. Excuse me. Yeah, first round after I cut out, it just seemed I wasn't paying attention and the tractor had a mind of its own and it darn near got me. Let's make sure we get all of our spots here. We don't want to leave anything. Okay, well, the subsoiler did a fantastic job right off the bat. Just worked the field with no problem. So, again, very, very pleased. Happy that we have it. And now we're going to head back to the house. And we will get the actual cultivator and go to that other field. And I think I'm going to test out the Deutz on that. See how well it can handle it. I have not tested it prior. In fact, I didn't even think about it. I'm not even sure how many horse that Deutz is. But it should be able to handle that cultivator, I would think. It's, you know, just a drag harrow is all it is. So, well, I guess we'll find out. Let's see. I need to open up this door to get to it. And let's see here. Yeah, we need to move. Need to move the little Belarus. I think we'll back it off over here in the corner. Yeah, I just didn't want to get rid of this Belarus. They offered me money for it. I said, well, I just bought the thing. Of course, I just bought the International, too. But they offered me some pretty decent money for it, and I turned it down. I probably should have taken it. But, yeah, they turned it down, or I turned it down, I should say. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and do this first. Okay. Lift that up a little bit. And let's see. We need to put this somewhere. The front loader. Let's just set it right over here, because we'll hook it back up when it's done. Oops. There we go. Because we shouldn't need the front loader to go work that field over there. Now, I did have a company come in and they trimmed the trees up over there. They got rid of a couple of trees, but nothing major. There we go. So that part's been done. Okay. And I'm not sure what to do with this big old subsoiler. Oops. Besides not running it into the door, that would probably be good. I think we're just going to set it over here. Out of the... Actually, you know what? Let's do that instead. Let's run this through the right way. And we'll leave it at the other door. And that will be what the other door can be used for, is just come pick it up. Because I don't believe... you know, that's the worst part when you gain more equipment, is you run out of room really quick. We'll just set it right here. See if that'll work. Yeah, that ought to work. Okay. Now all we got to do is just come around this way and park this away in its little hidey hole. Well, in a hidey hole, I should say. There we go. About like that. Should do it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, plenty of room. That door. Whoops. Okay. Now we can take the dudes over and we can go get that other field done. And another tractor with a very surprisingly tight turning radius. I was very pleased to see that. That was something that I was looking for, was another tight turning radius tractor. I did, however, get an offer on our combine from the dealership to trade straight across for a different combine, and we need to go look at that after we finish the finish cultivating that field. The dealership actually owns its own set of ground that it works, and the gentleman wanted to know if we would trade him for his combine. Apparently he has got a combine that has a built-in baler. He told me to come look at it. I didn't have to say yes or no, but I told him I would look at it just to see what it is. And I don't know, that just doesn't sound too thrilling to me, combine with its own baler. I mean, it would be nice to have everything baled up right behind you, but at the same time, what are you losing? You know, you got to be losing some power or something somewhere. And, you know, we already have a baler, so why would I want to do that, I guess? I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll look at it, see. If it's worth it, great. If it's, you know, same size, same capacity, I'm not going to argue. Oh, you know what? We haven't even baled this yet. Speaking of baling, I came all the way over here and we haven't even baled this property. Well, I suppose we better go back and get the baler and get it over here and get to baling. I'll see you back here in just a few moments. Alright, here we are, back at the field. I cannot, for the life of me, believe that I forgot to come back over here and bale this. Totally slipped my mind. But we have the baler, got her turned on, lowered down. Let's see what we get here. Oh, I already started. That's okay. I was going to change it to the largest bale size, but I forgot. I think it'll be okay. There's not that much here to bale up anyway. But, yeah, it doesn't seem to be having an issue with this particular tractor. And we are going up hills, so that's a good sign that this thing's going to be able to handle it pretty well. I don't know how we're going to get that stuff back there in the corner yet. I haven't figured that part out. But I'm sure there's a way for me to get back up here in this corner. Okay, let's see. Sure there is. We'll just have to lift it up and hope our neighbor doesn't mind. We skirt around his field like this. That ought to work. There we go. And then this we should be able to handle with just a good tight turn. Whoa. Gotta watch what I'm doing here. Yeah, see, they came in along here and man, they really cleaned out the trees and made it a lot nicer up through here. I mean, now, granted, there still are trees up here. There's just not near as many. So that'll actually help us out in the long run. I don't think we're going to get too much straw off of this field. But I'll take whatever we can get. And then we're going to get this field all worked up nice and neat. I think we can just maybe maneuver the bales that we make off to the side out of the way. That way we can go ahead and work the field and just come back for them a little bit later. I don't think that'll be a problem. I guess we'll find out. Okay, here we go. Back up the hill again. Looks like we're about ready to drop the very first bale. Be curious to see how this new unit works here. I think it's going to work. Oh, there it goes. Slides right off of there. That's wonderful. At least we ain't got to worry about them rolling down into a pond or, you know, getting stuck somewhere. That was my biggest concern. That's why I wanted to have a square baler instead of a round baler. And I see I missed just a hair bit of crop up here in this corner. This is kind of an awkward and tight quartered area up here. But, I mean, we seem to be doing okay as far as getting around it. So that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Ah, I have an idea on how we could fix this. I have an idea. We ain't got too much more to go here, and I can tell you exactly what my idea is. I don't know if it's brilliant or if it's not very smart, but we're going to find out. That was quite a bit of straw right there. Get turned around. This last little line up through here ought to be pretty simple. And that'll be it. And we'll only have, what, 4 bales, I think? Yeah. Because we got 2 in there right now, and we're working on the next one. So, yeah, not too many bales to have to worry about. But it's amazing how quickly the weeds grow on this property. Well, even overnight on the potato field, that was just unbelievable. I was not expecting it. Okay. Come back down here and we'll drop this bale off. Or bales. A bale. I'll fold this up. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. We got half a bale in there as it stands. So 4.5 bales. That's not terrible. I think that's actually pretty good. But we'll drive this back to the farm, and when I get back there, I'll show you my idea. Okay, well, back to that field we go, and as you can see, I have the harrow hooked up on front and the bale trailer on the back. That was my grandiose idea, and it seems to have worked. Now, being we have a little bit of money left over, I don't want to use too much, but I'm going to take the bale trailer over to the dealership and ask them if there's anything they can do to fix it up and make it look a little bit nicer. Because I know it needs to be updated. I'd like to see it updated anyway. Okay, let's see if this works. There we go. It's a working. Like it's supposed to for once. Wonderful. Okay then. Like I said, we're just going to park this over here in this driveway where we backed into with the combine. There we go. Now all we got to do is just spin around on this cultivator and get it going through the field. All right, coming down to the last little bit here, and had a little trouble there for a minute. Just adapting to Doots technology versus Valtra and all the others. Man, everything is so different when it comes right down to it, picking gears and all that. But I am impressed. The little Doots just, man, it went right to town, didn't give up, didn't care. It just said, I am going to turn this field over for you. So that worked out good for our benefit. But now that we got this done, let's get this folded up. Set it down, disconnect. Now we got to pick it up with the front and repeat our process here. Whoops. There we go. Now we just got to back up to our bale trailer and we are ready to go. I am going to look and see where the best place to sell these bales. It's not a whole bunch of them, but we really don't need this many of them, so I'm going to take a minute, look on my phone here and see where the best place is. Give me just a moment. Okay, got her all figured out, and away we go. We'll go ahead and get these bales sold off. Don't really need to be holding on to them, to be honest. Ain't got no reason to, anyway. Let's see. Yep, trailing okay. And then we're going to run this, hopefully if we have time, we're going to run this trailer up to the dealership and see if they can do an update on it. Put some new boarding on it or what they can do. It's either that or we look around at the house and see if there's anything we could do. Maybe we'll do that. It might be a hair bit cheaper to do that. But we do have to go by the dealership. He wants me to look at that combine, so that's what we will do. We'll look at it. But first, like I said, we're going to sell off these bales. I ain't got no use for them. In fact, we really don't need the bales that are sitting up in the loft other than the hay bales for the sheep. So we might consider getting rid of a few of the straw bales up there if the price is good enough to warrant getting rid of it. We'll have to wait and see. But first, we got to check out our price up here. Hopefully it's good. Oh boy, this is quite the hill. Quite the hill to pull up here. But old Doots is getting her done. It's all that matters. Okay, I believe we have to go in here. Yes. Okay. Now, I assume right here is the point. Let's see. I would say so. There we go. Hey, a few $1,000s, I'll take it. Gladly take a little extra cash. Well, since we're this close to home, let's go ahead and head towards the house, and we will drop off this cultivator, because, yeah, we certainly don't need it hanging out on the front of our tractor the entire time. We can take our little back road to get there. Boy, I thought I had weed problems. Look at that poor field. Man, I feel sorry for the person that owns that field. They are going to have weeds galore. Okay. We'll put our cultivator back in where it belongs. Let's see, we just need to disconnect the bale trailer to do that temporarily. There we go. Now, can I squeeze this back in here? I don't know. See, that can be a good place for it right there. That'll work. To the shop we go once again. We'll see what they can do with this. We'll go look at that combine, and I believe that'll be all we have to do today. And, you know, next month's going to be December. It's, man, that just doesn't seem right. Time is passing by so quickly. Yeah, we're good. But it just doesn't feel right, per se. I gotta fix this bump up here too yet. Maybe I'll do that this winter. You know, maybe I'll have time to do that. Oh, and we forgot to till up this ground up here, because I think that's going to be better served other than grass. Well, we can do that another day. We can do that in the spring when it's time. We don't have to necessarily do it right away. Although having it all tilled up over the winter would really help, I think. Doesn't matter what tractor we have, it seems we always struggle coming up this hill, you know? It just seems to be a constant thing. Okay, let's see. Let's just drop it up here. Okay, and then he said the combine was across the road. So we'll just cut across here. I think I see it out here in the field. That he wanted us to look at was right out here. That's probably good enough. Okay, I'm assuming these are the bales that it makes. Pretty good sized bale. I think he's in the middle of harvesting this at some point. Oh, that's an interesting looking combine. Oh, just dropped a bale too. So it must collect it back here, bale it up, and drop it. It looks about the same width as ours. Let's see here. Kind of stuck climbing that darn ladder. There we go. Let's have a look at it here. Well, it's awful cramped inside the cab. And, whoa, he's got quite a bit of soybeans in here. At least you can see over inside of it. Starts up okay. Let's see. Oh, Lord, which one of these is that one? Yep, there we go. Okay, get her in gear and let's just see what it can do. That's not terrible. It's a little different than what we've run in the past, but it's kind of nice to have the straw picked up behind you. And they use, over here, they use so many different crops for straw that, you know, that would be kind of nice. But I am seeing something that I'm not very happy with. And that is, this only holds 3,000 liters of grain, and our other one holds more. Which we're going to go ahead and fill it up for him. I see it drop some straw on the ground. I wonder if there's any room in his little cart up here. We could empty this out for him. We'll see. But I think we're going to have to think about this, because I do believe this is a smaller, oh, there it goes, a smaller header than what ours is. I bet he'll have a full cart now. I do believe this is a much smaller header, so I don't know. But we'll have a look at it and see. Think about it. Boy, it's a neat old tractor. Bolander Mucktel. BM Terrier. That's kind of a neat tractor. I really kind of like that. But anyway, we've looked at it. It's a decision maker for another time. But for today, I think that is good enough for us. So I'm going to call it a day. Head back to the house, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.